Good evening from the Mountain Weather Information Service. This is your forecaster Jeff Monk looking at the planning outlook on the British mountains over the next week or so. Broadly speaking, next week is going to be very much drier, far more dry days, especially in Scotland. In fact, there'll be a reversal of fortune with most rainfall probably over England and Wales, as we'll see as we look through some charts. Starting off on the chilly side, both in the summer on the summits and in the valleys at night to begin the week, but a gradual temperature rise through the week. Very little wind to begin the week, but from midweek, from Wednesday, western mountains will intermittently be windy, occasionally gales, most widely over western Scotland. So looking at the detail, and we're going to start early next week on Monday. We will have something of a ridge of high pressure. Nevertheless, we will have had northerly winds over the weekend, and with the air still on the chilly side, a few showers will develop, principally across Wales. As the day goes on, those showers will probably move from coastal areas to more inland areas, with the coasts becoming very much more cloud-free. Across Scotland, showers isolated. The air still very clear indeed, as it will be through the weekend, superb visibility, and in many areas the cloud above the summits. Probably the exceptions will be the higher mountains in eastern Scotland, the Cairngorms, Lochnagar area, particularly in the morning, and also the Snowdon Range in the morning. Chilly with ground frost overnight, and not that much above freezing point on the highest summits in Scotland during the day. Ground frost again in some areas on Monday night, and on Tuesday a ridge of high pressure still there. Another fine day. One or two areas may see a little more haze, but generally speaking, a fine day. Areas of sunshine, particularly in the morning, cloud bubbling up, spreading out in some areas. But again, superb visibility for most, perhaps just some haze in some mostly lower slopes, I would suggest. By Wednesday, a change. A front will have begun to come through in Tuesday night, and by Wednesday, although there is some doubt of the precise distribution of the isobars, it does look as if we will have southwest, perhaps later westerly winds ahead of and later on behind a front. So most areas will have rain, although it may well be that eastern mountains at least start off dry. So some uncertainty in the exact timing, but it does look as if there will be low cloud, rain, and particularly for western mountains, strong winds. Around Thursday, we probably have least confidence. It looks as if towards the weekend the wind is going to turn more into the west, but around Thursday, just the distribution of rain, the precise position of low pressure areas is uncertain. When we do a quick survey of the different models that are run by the main centres, they all look a little bit different. So probably some areas still having rain on Thursday, and even where there isn't steady rain for a few hours, there is the prospect of showers. Generally speaking, less windy. And by Friday, southwesterly winds, a few showers about, and there may be a ridge of high pressure in the south, which may well dampen down the showers, as it were. In other words, very few showers across England and Wales, and patches of sunshine. Now, one feature of this summer's weather forecasting has been over-optimism, probably by forecasters, but certainly by the forecast models. Generally speaking, after a week or so, quite often they have been building pressure over Britain, which, when it's actually come to fruition, has actually lasted just a day or two. However, for the weekend and into next week, again, the models are building pressure. What we do think, though, on this occasion, and this is around next weekend, is that with a large high developing towards Scandinavia, it is likely to happen, and we are likely to see continued extensive dry weather well into, if not through, the following week. No doubt some uncertainty in position, but it may well be that next weekend is characterised by strong winds, perhaps gale force, across the Scottish Highlands, particularly the North West Highlands, but substantially dry, for rain only occasionally spreading into the North West Highlands, with the rest of the country dry and progressively southeastwards across Britain less windy. The air will have come up from the south, so it will be a good deal less cold. Perhaps, though, in some valleys still a little bit chilly at night if you're out camping. And as I say, there is a good suggestion that well into the following week, dry weather is going to persist across either the whole of the UK or most of the UK, the biggest threat being northwest Scotland, where it could still remain on the mixed and particularly windy side. So at least over the next week we will see very much drier conditions. So do enjoy the mountains.